Being in a constant state of Ratzon, the art of living the life that you love. Ratzon is the state of being so connected to your essence that every other aspect of your life within you and without you align with this essence. Ratzon is the state of being fused with your essence and its divine source. Ratzon is the state of being in allness. Ratzon is the state of being certain that where you are now is the place to be. Ratzon is the state of being in a harmonious healing flow. Ratzon is the state of being in love with living. Ratzon is the state of being clear about why you are here and what to do about it. Ratzon is the state of being simultaneously connected to your past, your present, and your future. Ratzon is the state of being in sync with all that God sends your way in life. Ratzon is the state of being fully alive. Ratzon, getting it, being it, manifesting it. The foundation point of this very elusive thing called Ratzon is to really project a path, a roadmap, a projected reality that finds you and the world around you fully emanating your desired Ratzon. This projected reality, which is being constantly created by the one above together with your assistance, guided and nurtured from above. The following Ratzon life tools will help you and assist you in the process of getting and being it and manifesting it in the world. Getting it. Getting Ratzon. BLYV, Beyond Limits Yearning Vision. An exercise or contemplation where you either contemplate or preferably write down in a stream of consciousness way the vision of your life that you yearn for in the coming year in a fashion that is beyond present limitations or present capacities. All that's in order to allow yourself room to grow. You should elaborate on every aspect of your life and ideally redo this list again and again. The more you yearn, your yearning appetite is opened up, and the greater are your chances of really discovering your true Ratzon, your true will. Afterwards, you filter the list down to its most essential wants, your most essential wants, and eventually to the one all-inclusive Ratzon point. Past, present, and future check. In order to help discover what you have come into this world for, i.e., what is your unique task that you're driven to do in this world, you can ask yourself, what is your negative drive? What is it that keeps holding you back, or what is it that you're driven to accomplish but continually fail to do, and are nevertheless driven to get back up and try it again and again and again? Or on the positive side, ask yourself, what area of life are you heads and shoulders above everyone else in, empowered in, and in your zone in? All of this is a present tense indication of your calling. This BLYV contemplation that we mentioned a minute ago is a future tense indication of your calling. As far as a past tense indication goes, here's what you can do. Make a list of the 10 most significant experiences that you've ever had in your life. Analyze them to see if you can discover what the one common denominator is. What's the deepest motivation that pervades or underlies all the rest of your listed experiences? Once you've discovered it, then as best as you can, come up with a single-dimensional working definition that we will refer to as the Ratzon point. Use this Ratzon point, which is based on all of your past, present, and future self-discoveries as much as possible, and to serve as the inner core motivator of all that you do. The more you actively integrate this Ratzon point motivator in your life, the more you'll be able to live a life of Ratzon according to your call. What do I want? One of the best ways to find out who I am and how to live the life I love, and to know what I came into this world to do, what it is that Hashem wants from me, what is my calling, is to go as deep into my own will as I can. The deepest that I could go is to the point where my own will and Hashem's will are one. Go as deep as you can. Similarly, in order to live a 24/7 life, an inspirational life, a centered, spiritual, self-expressed, all-of-me type of mindset, I need to ask myself every day and in every situation what it is that I want. What do I want? What do I Being Ratzon. All as perfect as is a great mind state for realizing how all of the challenging thoughts that come into your mind are all very, very sweet. Because when you repeat to yourself and internalize that all is perfect as is, then even those thoughts that previously seemed bad or lacking or disempowering now will be seen as being good and whole and empowering. perfect as is. Alling. Know that virtually every spiritual process and drive that exists within ourselves and without are composed of one of the following three elements. F, unblocking the flow. Actualizing A, actualizing all of ourselves. B, striving beyond ourselves. Know that the more that we are aware and conscientious of these three primal elements, the FAB elements, flow, allness, and beyond, the more we strive to awaken and actualize them in our lives, the more plugged in we are into the essence of living. Connect to how awakened or unawakened is your own level of unhindered flow and total self-realization, and also your constant reach to grow beyond yourself. Connect to a surety and a clear knowing that God can open up for you all of these spiritual powers to the extent that you allow yourselves to receive them from Him. He'll open it up for you. Connect to one specific challenge in your life. Experience how your sense of well-being constantly increases the more that you allow Hashem to lead the way and guide you as well in opening up your flow, your self-actualization, and your ability to reach beyond yourself. Connect to as many challenges in your life in this way as you can. PLUG, plug in, plug in. P, presence. Be present with all that's going on right now, all that is immediately in front of you, all that is deep inside of you, and all that is around you. L, lower soul. Integrate your conscious life into your conscious life, your lower self, in a healthy way. We're definitely not referring to the part inside of ourselves whose very purpose in life is to destroy us and sabotage us and throw us off. Sometimes referred to as the evil inclination or the Yetzirah, but we're referring to a lower self which can empower us if we direct it in the proper way. If this lower self or inner child is left out, squashed, blinded, etc., then any and all of our attempts to be great and high in paradise will fail due to a constant inner struggle. Not to mention the fact that if we successfully integrate the lower self, then we empower a huge amount of energy in all the rest of our psyche. Unify. Connect together all the disparate components of your life into one nuclearly powerful, unified unit. G, grooving. Take pleasure in all aspects of life, people, and Hashem who's making it all possible. I, infinitizing, open up, expand, liberate, and eternalize all constricted, finite, enslaved, and temporal aspects of your life. Finally, N, of the plug-in, Nitzul, taking advantage of all your resources. Salvage, and take advantage of all the resources and abundance available to you from the past, the present, or potentially in the future. Fusing your will with Hashem's will, my Ratzon, Ratzoni, with Ritzono, with his Ratzon. Our sages teach in Pirkei Avot and sayings of the Father. They say, make Hashem's will to be your will, be a messenger or extension of Hashem's will in the world, in order that Hashem's will should be to fulfill your will. Nullify your will to be in sync with Hashem's will, and Hashem will nullify others' will when it conflicts with your own. Inspirationalizing. Once you've completed all the above work, then you're ready to live it or do it on a daily basis. D-O. The O of D-O stands for Organuz, the hidden light, which is a mystical realm of seeing and living, a realm which is hidden to everybody else. One of the ways to tap into this is to live as much as possible life of inspirationalizing, which is another term for all the concepts that we've discussed above, such as the all of meing, ratzoning, and etc. The D of D-O stands for done or finished, which means your burdens in life are completed and liberated, and you liberate yourself by feeling as if you're completely done, or at least almost done, by projecting the minimal you can get by with and still coming out okay. Then you free yourself up emotionally to inspirationalize all the challenges of your upcoming day, incoming challenges of your day, upcoming challenges, outgoing challenges of your day. You try to figure out how you can increase the inspiration number with the use of all the techniques that we've been talking about so far. BLYV, the Presime, the plug-in. I'd add here that the technique of co-creating or declaring what the general picture of how you'd like your upcoming day to look like with maximal inspiration will help you a lot, visualizing it. And then toss all of it up to Hashem to miraculously make it happen with your own voluntary participation when Hashem calls on you to participate with you. Manifesting Ratzon. Number 1, Ledas or birthing. Receive and be open to the birth process that you're going through, or that you're helping to facilitate. Bridge your active role in the birth process with your passive role. See how, despite all of your efforts to bring the birth to its fruition and actualization, actually it's really all being orchestrated by the one above, by the one above, by the one above in his own way and in his own time. See how that which you are giving birth to in life directly corresponds to what you receive and how you receive it. Notice that the more that you see the birth process coming to its actualization, the more you see its beauty, its wonder, and how this birth process is perpetuating other related birth processes. Some insignificant and others very, very profound, very, very profound. Partnerizing with Hashem, become Hashem's partner. Make a deal with the Creator. Do your share and He'll do His share. To make it worthwhile, make it a worthwhile deal for Hashem, to make it a win-win for Hashem, you have to do something that He'd really want. Like helping Him in a tangible way in perfecting His world. Or a variation of this would be fusing with God. Whatever you do in terms of making money, fuse all of your faculties, for example, with the Infinite One, with His corresponding faculties. Receiving your inner divine voice. Receive the voice inside of yourself. The divine voice that is constantly speaking to you. Learn to distinguish this voice from all your other inner voices. The ones that are counterfeit, misleading, and shallow and confusing. The inner noise and static that is always vying for your attention. Notice how this voice speaks softly. Sometimes imperceptibly soft. But it's got a crystal clear message. The message that you know deep down in your heart and your soul. The message is constantly directing you to choose which is healthy and whole, and holy and empowering and good and loving. Begin to practice receiving your inner voice by attempting to answer a few questions and doubts and challenges that you're faced with, and try to determine which inner voice inside you gives the real answer. Keep going like this until you begin to recognize your inner voice with more and more clarity. Resume, co-creating your life. Resume is where you picture your accomplishments and what you have become 1 year from now. A resume projected into the future is a resume projected into the future is a presume. And you excitedly report, like in a futuristic graduation speech, what you have accomplished and have become, and how you did it. And this itself will lay out a sort of broad roadmap, a roadmap for your life to follow. Co-creating. Declare or create your desired reality. And then with 100% intent, belief, and acceptance of the reality that Hashem will make it happen for you in His own time, in His own way, in line with what He feels you're ready for. Just sit back and watch the miracles manifest while being open to receive messages and directives to assist Him in carrying it all out. Have belief He'll carry it all out. Have a perspective that'll carry it all out. Watch how your life unfolds with Hashem carrying out your roadmap, your co-creation, your graduation speech, your life, all in an incredibly miraculous way. Mushrooming or racehorsing. Mushrooming. Say yes to anything and everything that has the possibility of bringing in wealth. This is like the racehorsing above, just that this tool doesn't necessarily have any agenda or conditions or follow-up. It's just pure unadulterated expansionism. Finally, racehorsing. Set up all of your possibilities, all of your racehorses at the starting line of any particular phase or life challenge that you're presently dealing with. Let all the possibilities compete equally. Whichever ones display the most success, take that as a sign from above that that's the one to invest all your efforts. Ben Ish Chai teaches us that if a person has a very strong desire to know what Hashem wants from them, according to the strength of the desire will be the truthfulness of the divine Ratzon.